Let's talk about TikTokers. Let's talk about Gen Z here on One of Them Podcasting because they're smart. You know how smart they are? They want to work smarter, not harder. The job market has changed where there's so much that's available online. And even though you might even have some people that could be able to go work at some kind of a wage job and do what they want to do, but we obviously know that some of the Gen Zers, they don't want to do that. They want to find ways where they can make money online and supplement their lifestyle more than anything else. And that's what they're looking at more than they are now, more than anything else. That's what they're looking at. And there are influencers that romanticize the workday. You know, they have productivity hacks. We have life hacks. We have people on TikTok that offer pretty solid stock advice. Might be part of the Reddit stock group that's out there. The apes, you might call them. You also have, or the Wall Street Bets crowd. You might have people that are looking at affiliate marketing, looking at reselling, looking at different ways to go ahead and find products to sell or content to produce, to monetize, and they're doing it. And then they're reinvesting into other things and finding multiple ways of making money, multiple revenue pipelines. Some smart kids out there. And some of them, they want to be able to go ahead and just do that just for the sake of being able to play on their PlayStation or Xbox or watch anime all they want or whatever. And maybe they're not so interested in having to go traveling all over the world. And even if they're doing content of their own that might be splurging, they're also doing it for the sake of content because everything's revolved around content. That's what's very important. That's what's really amazing. So, story from Vox.com I took up, and they talk about how they talk about a TikToker that has 650,000 followers, produces content for the overstressed and underprepared student. At her desk, she has a bubblegum pink keyboard, a collection of rainbow gel pens, greeting card-esque handwriting. And then she talks about which pens you need for seamless notes, study methods guarantee results, active recall, and gadgets that prevent procrastination. So using what's out there, the modern gadgets that are out there to make things easier, things that TikTok maybe buy it. Productivity Talk. It's a suite of young adult content creators teaching America's next generation of workers how to live to work. And part of the reason of doing live to work is because living to cohabitate with somebody else or to live to love and work and play. Well, play's not including so much of dating these days, if you notice so much. As far as I know, when I look on TikTok, I see a lot of people that are not dating and really just kind of making their point of like how dating has changed. The modern woman wants so much of a man that things are just changed up. I'm like, well, it's probably not wrong. These things kind of just change things up. That's what happens. So these are the kind of things that are coming up now that are very fascinating. So do it yourself. Find ways to work hard. Gen Z hustle worshipers do so because of how it fits in the tapestry of American culture. Work hard, and you will be rewarded. Even if circumstances point to a future where we'll likely be well less off than our parents. Subscribe to the hustle, and the systemic issues of our time become personalized. Pew Research Center. Gen Z is on track to be the most educated generation ever. Workers younger than 25 experience a 93% higher rate of layoffs during the onset of the COVID-19 than those older than 35. But they also found a way to work from home and continue to make a living, which is very important. And so when you look at that, you got to look at how you need to kind of change things around about who is trying to market to this audience, this younger crowd. You got to just change the way things are. Even with dating, there's a new way of dating apps out now to go ahead and take cues from TikTok and Gen Z. 50 new startups since 2019 devoted to dating. Now, which ones will pan out? Some of them have to do with videos, some of them do with other things. You have Snack that's new. It's a sort of TikTok meets Tinder. Invites users to upload short videos for potential matches to scroll through. Lolly is an app that lets you match people while exploring sweet video content. Feels, a carousel of short form videos on profiles where people are supposed to express themselves in more dimensions. So trying to add a little more dimension, a little more layers or depth to somebody that you're trying to meet online. A little bit more. Try to give a little bit more, and that's where Tinder tries to do the same thing, where they're trying to offer more out there as well. But is it enough? I mean, does this new generation, are they so discouraged by trying to play? Where play is just part of work. Live to work. Remember this. That some people might go out and have fun, but that might still be included in content they're going to put out there as part of their work, as part of their content. And then having other people involved, well, they're not really part of the cast. Maybe a significant other is not in the cards for them right now. Maybe it's not important. Maybe it's not as important as it was because of the way things have changed. And the younger people have just gotten smarter to what their millennial counterparts have done and what people my age or older have done, where, women might have played their cards too much to their vest and that they're asking for so much. So like a guy like me, I make a decent income. I could, dress better, look better, put myself out there and get noticed and spend. But I'm not. A lot of my younger counterparts are not doing the same thing either. Why? What for? Truth is, why do we need to do it at all? It's not as if women would do the same thing back. I would dare any woman out there to try to go ahead and try to create the same approach. If you're successful, you have money, and you're doing something with yourself, you ask for a man, women, that has a good income, that can spend money on you, can give you money on a Cash App, possibly, or ask you for gifts, and make sure to get everything else that they get, being courted and treated like a queen. Well, how many women that maybe they say they'll treat a man like a king, which is by pampering and love. But what about the other financial part? Can you do the same thing for them? Would you just do the simple part of approaching a guy and hitting on them if you're interested in them? Would you be able to have the balls to do that? Ask yourself that question. Do you think you could do it? I'd love to hear from a woman out there that would go ahead and counteract my argument right here. And also want to hear from some of you that are younger that really are living the work and not living the work and play, where play is just, it doesn't mean anything. I'd love to get your thoughts. kingofpodcasts at yahoo.com, or just, do a message right here on the YouTube feed as you listen or watch or listen to this video. And I'll talk to you next time.